First up is... Wait, that's not right. That's why is this so low? Wait, something's going on here. Let me take a look here. Something's different. What's different? Can't tell exactly what's different. Something's strange. I don't know what's going on. I can't put my finger on it exactly. Oh, I see what's different. I got a haircut. Look at that. And you can tell I just took a nap and I fell asleep on this side, not on this side. Look at that. It's so cool. Weird. Take two. First up is Footloose. Footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. So, yeah, I watched Footloose, and this is a 1984 movie starring Kevin Bacon. Look at him dancing there. Laurie Singer, John Lithgow, who is incredible as always. And then Diane Weiss. Yeah, you should know the premise of this movie, but Kevin Bacon moves to a small town where dancing's illegal, and he just has to dance. Yeah, it's like the quintessential 80s movie, and it's wonderful. Like that song is just incredible. Like you can't help yourself from dancing every single time it comes on, and they play it 3 times, and it's great. Yeah, it was a fun time, and it's actually inspired by true events, even though it is more sort of metaphorical. But yeah, I had a fun time watching it. This is my second time seeing it, so I knew about how John Lithgow's daughter was very suicidal throughout the movie, and that's kind of takes you back a bit, how she just like doesn't care about her life whatsoever. But yeah, so I was more prepared for that this time. Something I was thinking though while watching it this time was how it's kind of basically a musical, and I'm kind of surprised that it isn't actually a musical, but like singing or music is so integral to like the plot and the story. So it kind of feels like it's like a pseudo musical, and I know it did get turned into an actual Broadway musical, but I would have loved like John Lithgow singing like some big emotional religious song, like that one from Hunchback of Notre Dame. That would have been great. That would have been, I would love that so much. But yeah, I like this movie quite a bit. It does drag a little bit towards the end, but overall, it's a good fun time. Yeah, I like it. And that song is going to be stuck in my head for like the next week, but I'm totally okay with that because I'm a fat guy. Now on to The Money Pit. This is a 1986 movie starring Tom Hanks. Look at him there. He's my age in this movie. And Shelley Long. They play a young couple who move into a house they just bought. And as I'm sure all my homeowner friends know, houses are just a giant money pit. Look, that's the name of the movie. So funny, so funny. But yeah, it's a comedy about them spending absurd amount of money fixing up a house. It's kind of just like a slapsticky, over-the-top comedy. It's really ridiculous. Like it's kind of a bit too much for me. Like the first act of the movie, like it's just them kind of leading regular lives leading up to them buying the house, and then after a while it's just like, okay, hurry up and get to like all the hijinks of stuff breaking all the time, you have to pay for it. And then like the entirety of act 2 is just like constant things breaking and then getting just more and more absurd, and it's kind of just like dominoes. Like it just never stops and just keeps going. And by like the time you get to like the 15th domino, you don't really care that much that like, oh no, this thing's broke now. What are they gonna do? Who knows? And it's like, okay. So yeah, I didn't really care for this movie that much. I will say though, there were a few times I did laugh, and it was usually because of Tom Hanks. He's solid. But yeah, I mean, like, I think if you like really slapstick, over the top comedies, you probably enjoy this. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I call it like okay-ish. I did put it in the meh category, but meh doesn't perfectly describe it. It's okay-ish. Now on to Sinister. That's weird. Anyway, so this is a 2012 movie starring Ethan Hawke. He's not on the poster. And some other people. Premise is that Ethan Hawke moves his family into a house where a bunch of murders happened, and then spooky stuff happens. And yeah, this movie just kind of lost me right away because like it starts off with this family getting or a bunch of kids hung, hung on a tree, um, and then cut to Ethan Hawke moving into this house. Oh, is it the same house? And then the montage of them moving in ends with Ethan Hawke looking at the tree. And even though that hanging happened 50 years ago, the tree looks exactly the same, like it happened yesterday or something. And it's just like, okay, you couldn't have done anything different with this tree. And then early on, it was really clear that all the spooky, ghosty stuff that's happening is supernatural stuff. And I think I would have liked it so much more had the spooks been like, at one point they hinted at it being like linked to his alcoholism. And I'm like, ooh, that would have been interesting. Or like had the killer actually been like the old man sheriff who's kind of a grump that he comes up a few times. I think that would have been really interesting. And again, all of the actual scary stuff we keep seeing is just in his head, just because he's an investigative reporter about spooky murders and stuff. But no, it's just some ghost thing. I forget exactly what. Again, I didn't really care for it. I put it in the didn't like category because I didn't like it. Also, I just hit my chest because I burped. It wasn't a dramatic pause or anything. But yeah, I don't know. Corey said he liked it, but who knows if we can trust his opinion, because he probably just fell asleep into this movie like 10 minutes in. So around the time where I lost interest, it's probably where he fell asleep. So yeah. But yeah, it wasn't good. Oh well. If you couldn't tell, there was a theme of moving in all three movies I watched. And I did that on purpose because I moved. That was that joke I made before, if you didn't understand it. I'm living in a different place. Still in the same town, but just different apartment. Yeah. And still unpacking. That's all like my decoration stuff. I have so much decoration stuff. Once I get everything up, I don't even have like all my things here. I still missing like my big shelf, and I need to buy some other furniture. But yeah, I'll give you a little tour eventually. It'll probably be like a week or two once I get everything all the way settled. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it'll be really awesome. And hopefully I can get rid of that echo. I noticed that echo. Oh well. All right, whatever. All right, have a good day. Bye, guys.